Hey everybody, welcome to Popular Gnome Paintball Live. It's been a little while, and I know this isn't my normal time slot, but I have a really special guest, and I've been trying to talk to this guy for a while, and I'm just really excited. But he lives in Italy right now, so we had to change the time slot so that be fair to him, he gets some sleep, I get some sleep, and we all actually contribute. So anyway, let me just bring Feddy on, and this is the main man behind MacDev. Hey bud, how's it going?
Hello, all good. What about you?
Fantastic. I am so glad to have you on finally. Now, just through curiosity, before we get rolling, what is it that you do for MacDev? What is your actual title?
Basically, I'm the general manager of the company, and I'm running all the operation for Europe, Asia, and USA.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, I knew your job basically, but I didn't know the exact title. And I have a guest that I'm going to bring on as well because he's like has something that he'd like to tell you. Oh, he stepped away from his chair. We'll bring him on in a minute. Oh, there he is. Here we go. Let me just let me set it for a second. And my friend Andy. Hey, bud, how's it going?
The boss
What's
is here.
happening? Must be the Popular Unknown Paintball podcast, something or another.
Yeah, episode 21 of the live.
Exactly.
I should really start uploading some of my past videos to audio because I haven't done that yet, and I should.
Yeah, you should. Oh, we have something to listen
My son wants to say hello.
Hello.
He's homesick from school today because he has a cold, and because there's a cough. So, anyway, so MacDev has been nice enough to help start really supporting Ali Remembered Foundation, and Andy, I invited you on. Just thought you might want to say a few words about that before Feddy and I take over and boot you out of here.
Or maybe me and Feddy are taking over and booting you out of here.
Except for the fact that I've got the control because I can do this.
That's true. That's true. I'll just have to hack you. No, as I sit here playing with, an Ali Remembered XDS Prime.
See, I love that.
That just happens to be in the Popular Unknown colors, but it's mine because, I have to honor you too as well. So, so you're part of the team. You're part of the team, Steve. You're part of the foundation and all of that. But yeah, I just wanted to jump on when MacDev came to us, looking to see if we had anybody with sponsors and stuff for our chapter teams and what we're doing in the paintball industry with the foundation. It was like, wow, okay, well, these guys are been around a while. We'd heard of them. Me and you've been in the MacDev booth a couple times at the NXL events, leaving fingerprints on everything that we possibly could. So sorry about that, Feddy. He was the one that was slobbering on all of them. I just simply hold him and look at him and go, hey, this is nice, but he's over there, so all that stuff, that was Steve. That wasn't me.
He lies, and I've got video proof.
Bring it. No, but I wanted to get on real quick and say, on behalf of the board of directors, which is myself, Bud Orr, Dan Colby, and Tom and Michelle and my wife and Debbie and everybody, and Tina. And we got Pete Paxton coming on board and Tom, that's a member of the Expendables and everything. They're coming on board as part of the board of directors, I guess I should say as well. But we just wanted to thank you and thank MacDev for all the support you guys have done, what you're continuing to do. I know we've started to work real close together, and it's really going to be bringing a lot of MacDev attention to the industry, obviously. Starting this weekend, we've got an autism charity event going on at our actual home field of Dynamic Paintball and Airsoft. We've got a big MacDev booth being set up. So if you're in the Denver area, and you better just be out there playing because it's the 16th annual autism game. But stop by that MacDev booth and check out all the latest and greatest and MacDev markers, because we'll have the drones, the clones, and the XTSs and primes up on the wall for everybody to check out and see and take and shoot and all that. But the support from you guys has been phenomenal. to say the least. So I just wanted to say a big thank you. It all started with Virtue when Chris and Aaron came and were like, hey, we want to get on board with what you were doing. And they've been monstrumental. Obviously, Immortal Air is the other big sponsor, and Dan, and well, Dan's on the board of directors anyways, but then you guys came along, and we're seeing teams. Obviously, I ordered some more guns yesterday. Teams are starting to pick that up. They're starting to use them. And it's not really just because these are, me going, hey, if you're with the foundation, here's our main, sponsor, go support their guns. They're actually using the MacDev products. They're playing with them. Same thing I did. I started playing, with this one, and now I've got a purple clone hanging over on the wall as well. And I put all my Luxes and everything down, and because these things shoot phenomenal, I'm like, I love this actually more than I did my Luxes and stuff. So let's put those away. And now I actually became an ambassador to work for you to help out with the foundation, because that just made more sense. So it's not really just repping the marker because I shoot one, or because now I'm an ambassador for MacDev. It's because we actually believe in them. So all the teams are starting to switch over a little bit at a time. It's been a tough year with COVID. We all know that. And paintball was kind of at a standstill for months and months, and now it's coming back, which is great. We got fields here that are starting.
It's great what you guys did so far for us. We're extremely happy, because again, it's not only about selling guns or giving guns away, whatever is it. It's more about the kind of support that we are getting. And when it comes to this kind of foundation like ARF, which they use like paintball as tool for introduce people, let's say in the source, it's amazing, because you can see, and also because of Andy, I've been able to discover such a completely different world, because I can honestly say that I'm lucky. I'm in a position where I didn't have to deal with some crazy stuff that went on. So I've learned about Andy's story and his family, which is tough. But of course, it's like an example, because if you can see what Andy and his family did for himself and for others, it's just something like that goes over the business. I think it's not only say, okay, cool, we have a big foundation, they're representing us, everything's cool. But I think it's more than that. You can see how a sport can become a value, not in the recreation way, let's say, not only going out on Sunday and play. Because at the end of the day, that's our sport. Most of the people goes there on Sunday, on Saturday, on Friday. They have fun. Boom, that's done. Or there is like the other side, which is the sportive side, like an XL, MSXL, all those kind of tournament. But see a kind of foundation like ARF using a sport for rebuild a person, in the literally rebuilding someone. It's just amazing. And since beginning, when we got introduced to each other, I was like, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool, not only for business.
I'd just like to point out as well, there's 3 countries represented here right now. There's Canada, you're in Italy, but Europe, and you've got the United States, and that's all rallying around this foundation. So this is an actual global phenomenon that is just taking over, and I think it's awesome.
Do we actually know that Canada's a country?
Canada's a country.
Are you sure? Okay. I thought you guys were just above us, just keeping our, as the roof. I guess if you want to be a country, that's fine. You do have maple syrup, so make sure you bring some of that to the World Cup.
Well, just as long as you enjoy being the bottom, that's the important thing.
I can be the bottom. I can be in the middle. I don't care. It's all good to me. As long as we're all playing paintball and helping kids and doing all that, I don't care where I'm at. At least I can make it to my bunker and not get shot. So
yeah, this is true. This is true. So Fedi, just so you understand that reference, the last time we all played together was NXL Chicago last year, and I was playing for Destiny Midwest, and because I was the old slow guy, they put me in the quote God bunker. Apparently that's what it was called, and I had to try to make it to that bunker. And unfortunately, every gun knew that was the key bunker. So I was running through lane after lane after lane. It was a meat grinder. And I felt horrible. Like I felt like this tall until I actually started watching some of the pro games, and even the best pros were getting smoked trying to go into that bunker. So I don't feel so bad anymore.
So
he lies, Fetty.
Basically, it's not your fault.
He's old.
Let's say.
Hey,
No,
I'm
it's his
old,
fault.
I'm
It's
fat,
his fault.
and I'm slow. I get it.
Right.
I admit
it. He would start, they'd say go, he'd turn around, he'd take about 10 steps, and then you'd see him like, oh, wait a minute, how do I turn this thing on?
Oh, I wasn't.
Oh, okay, there's that. Let me get the hopper. And then he'd get shot before he even got there. I was there. I saw it. I got video.
Yeah, prove it. Hey, I was in the Destiny video, though. Anyway, Andy,
that's right.
Thank you so much for coming on. I had to give you guys this opportunity just to chat really quick, but I know you're at work, so I'll let you go. And Fetty and I are going to start talking MacDev.
That's fine. I'll be listening in the background. And again, big thanks. And looking forward to that order of stuff showing up tomorrow so we can. I think I won't say which one and give it away, but one of the primes I think has already been claimed, and it hasn't even arrived at the door yet. Seems that
it's
Tom
good. It means that the people is starting to understand more about our guns, and they are getting involved to the movement.
Well, when you get a request to maybe leave one of them at home and not even put it out on display, no, it's going on display. I might have to chain it down, but yeah, that's how it's starting to build. So we'll see what happens. But I like Ian as a prime example of paintball. I just saw that guy's awesome with his foundation too. You should interview him, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got one of his jerseys coming.
I talk to everybody. Pardon?
I got one of his jerseys coming. That Tiger jersey that he did.
Yeah.
It's got Allie Remember all that stuff. That thing is awesome. I was like, yep, got to get one of those.
Did you see this?
Yeah, we're jealous of that. I'll probably steal it at the World Cup.
You're too big.
Too big.
Yeah. This won't fit you.
They will.
No.
They will.
Not unless you like cut the sleeves off and cut the
You're wearing my jerseys and they fit me, so obviously your jacket will, it'll go back and forth.
Smaller.
It's smaller. You're just whiter right here because you drink
That
more.
Too. No. All right,
you guys have a good chat. I'll get back to work, and thank you again.
Take off. I'll talk to you later. Ciao.
Later.
Ciao.
All right. So now that we've got that closed, I want to do something here. And bear with me just 1 second. I'm going to make this go away. And then I am going to do something new. And this is the first time I've really done this. And we're just going to go, how's that? Right above your head.
That's amazing. Look there.
See, I couldn't do that when Andy was on because the videos go underneath all the logos. So your face would just be MacDev and might be Freak.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to have. My face MacDev everywhere. But yeah, it's better wait a bit.
So anyway, so he wasn't kidding though when he said that we were all over your guns at World Cup and stuff, because we were going from booth to booth and looking at everything. I was so excited. It was my actual first time being at World Cup. And I'm just going to throw this out there. I've said it publicly, but I want to say it to your face. I love how the MacDev feels. It has like an old school, almost a 45-ish grip feel to it. And I really, really like that. And it was nice and thin. So when I grabbed a hold of it and I tucked in, it really tucked well. I never really got to shoot it a lot. I mean, I shot a couple here and there over the time, but I'm just, when holding it, it's a lot of the newer guns, and nothing against them. Like, I mean, I have a new shocker, and like Andy said, like, I don't know if you've seen my video where I was test firing a bunch of guns. I like them, but there's something just about how that your new MacDev's feel with the way the frame is. So I hope you keep that, because I just love that 45 feel.
I cannot get credits on design a gun because between me and you, I'm not really good in decking guns or stuff like that.
All right.
But the point is, like, our engineers, they spend a lot of time trying to keep something from the old guns and renew some parts.
Right.
Basically, for the XTS, for example, we got a lot of feedback when we released the first Prime. What people were loving was the infinity drive, the solenoid, and it's everything done by us. So in our warehouse, we produce everything. So we don't buy cards from someone else. We don't buy solenoids. We don't buy anything. It's everything, let's say, homemade. So what we tried to keep was the same feeling on the gun, but we got a lot of feedback where the grip of Prime 1 was too hard, let's say. So we kept the same frame, but we increased and we changed the molding on the new grip, and basically came out amazing. And that's why I think we will keep going with that kind of grip, which is, it's just really comfortable. Of course, I can't talk bad about our guns, but even if I was not working for MacDev, I had nothing to complain about the grip. It's just it's perfect from my point of view. It's a great grip, but of course my word can be different, right?
Well, I'm lucky enough that I can say anything I want because A, my show, and B, nobody's paying me. But yeah, I really like how they feel. I mean, I know it's a new modern space gun, but that being said, it just has that old school feel to it. So it's light, it's fast, and it's not fair to compare it to my old F1 Illustrator because that had the M16 style grip. But just back when the F1 Illustrator came out, it was so light, and it was just different. It changed how paintball guns felt in my hands. I had to get used to it. And then after that, there's been a lot of progressions, but I'm really enjoying how they feel. So hopefully I can, when I'm in Florida in a month, I'll steal Andy's.
I mean, you can definitely do. I know that his collection is quite good.
Yeah, it's huge. Like, huge. He tends to go,
yeah,
oh,
he showed
I like
me.
that.
He showed me some stuff.
Yeah, and it's and they're awesome. But yeah, no, I'll just steal his gun. You never ever try to take a gun from Tom, though. Tom will break your fingers.
I've heard this a bit rough. I've heard.
Yeah. So if like, and I love Tom. Don't get me wrong. Tom Boot is just one of the best people you'll meet in paintball. But he's got a wall of vintage and of vintage stuff, and he's very it's really impressive. Oh, wait a second. I pay you, maybe in jokes, friendship. Fair enough, Andy. Fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
yeah, look, coming back to the foundation, I just wanted to end up saying a thanks also to Andrew and all the guys around the foundation, because we are in a process right now in US where we are rebuilding. Because unlucky in the past, we had some people around that was not really taking care of us. They were doing their personal interest, and they basically chased us a lot of troubles in our reputation, in the customer service. So the foundation understood what I was trying to do, what we were trying to do, and I have just to say thanks also them, because they've been helping, and they are helping a lot in spreading our let's say our new refreshed company, because we're not the ones that we were 4 years ago.
right.
And it's still all in building, and Andy doesn't get paid by us like on a payroll or stuff like that. Andy just does an amazing job. So looks like he was working for us since 10 years, because he knows all the process, he knows how to deal with people, he understands how valuable is the perception, and that's are all things that we usually spend time for training our ambassador. And with Andy, it's been quite easy. probably most of the time we've been talking about other stuff instead to talk about business, because he knows what he needs to do and we can be happier than that. So thanks to Andrew, to all his family and all the guys around the foundation, because it's really, we are helping them, but still we are getting a huge help. So,
well, if you ever need help up north of the border in Canada, that's where I'm located. I'll be getting a fair amount of training from Andy and stuff when I go down there.
oh, definitely.
But if
definitely
you need,
we can talk.
yeah,
We're always open. We're always open to have fresh people on board, and that's why we launched also on our website at MacDevPaintball.com a form to fill for get on board. Because
nice.
yeah, everyone can just jump on. We need just to have the same goals. We have and we need to increase our roster, let's say, because as more people can understand about our gun, as more people can try the gun, it's gonna be workful for everyone.
Yep. Well, here in Italy, Rome wasn't built in a day, right? As the old saying goes.
Definitely, but I'm not from Rome. I came from a better city than Rome, Naples. So
okay. Oh, I just remember seeing your. I think were you taking a vacation in Rome a little while ago? Was that where you went? You took a couple weeks where you went on vacation. But where did you go in Italy?
You drop it off.
Oh,
you just
crap.
drop it off. Repeat again.
Okay, I saw some pictures of you traveling on vacation in Italy. Where was it that you went again?
We have a family house in an island, which is not so far away from where we live. It's like 1 hour by plane. It's in Sardinia.
Oh, nice.
It's cool. It's a cool place. Yes, it's for families, so you can just chill there. That's what was needed after like a weird year as the 2020. We've tried to enjoy as much as possible because looks like we are gonna be in lockdown again by next week. So smart working again. Yeah.
So, yeah, I hope it doesn't lock down. My tickets are bought for Florida, so I'm really looking forward to World Cup. Because I work with the foundation, I can cross the border because I have a reason to be there. But yeah, I'm hoping it's not too much of a lockdown. But regardless, so with MacDev, what are you excited about for the future? I'm willing to bet there was stuff that was supposed to happen this year that got put on hold. So what's fun for next year?
Well, basically, we have, let's say, a couple of projects that are going on. We've been working for the last year on a completely new platform, which I cannot talk yet.
Okay.
But it's gonna be something that will really will change completely the idea of gun for the next 5 or 6 years. We are finalizing all the tests, and we are extremely happy so far for what we did. So just stay tuned, let's say. We need I don't think we are gonna release anything for World Cup for a couple of reasons. First one, we don't wanna be in the position where we are gonna announce a new gun, release it, and show up at the World Cup, which won't be, at least from my point of view, the trade show that it's always been. So get another couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, working even better on the gun that is performing already amazing. I think it's gonna be even better. Also, because 2021, I assume is gonna be a great year for everyone, and we wanna restart the year in a proper way. So yeah, there are a couple of projects. There is something that people was asking for, and we are gonna release for sure. Then there is a completely new platform, which I think is gonna really change the game for a few years. So yeah, it's gonna be fun and interesting. I'm extremely excited. I would love to start to talk about, but unlucky we can't yet.
Yeah, I believe me, I hear you. I have people calling me all the time going, dude, do you know about? No. No. And it's just sort of like, yeah, I know. But I really do my best when I hear rumors, and I don't know what your new platform is. I haven't been told. Honestly, I swear. But but I really do my best when I have companies on not to spill the beans, because I really want, like, we all have to grow, we have to release things in our own time, and I think that's just how things need to be. Like, I've watched a couple of shows where people will actually start tearing things down, and I just don't believe in that. So I think it's really cool. So if you want to send me sneak peeks, because now you've got me completely tweaked, I promise I won't share.
As soon it will be possible, for sure. Yeah, you'll have a preview. That's fair. That's fair. So it's we need just to be sure that, because it's something so different from what it's ever been done so far, we need to be extremely sure about the product, and we already are. But it's better spend another month in testing instead to release a gun. Also, because I don't think there is any rush right now. We are also really happy, and it's not a gun that is gonna match the XTS. So for a bit longer, the XTS will be our top gun, let's say. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. Any mechs coming? That's a funny question. I mean, there is a chance that we're working on something like that also, but yeah, let's wait a bit. Are gonna came out a lot of cool things, and again, we are in a restructure process. We are refreshing the brand, we are refreshing the company, and it's all around. We have, of course, in mind something about mech, because honestly, the paintball market is going in that way.
Yes.
And we can talk all day long saying that everything is cool, our company is a family, all what we want to say, and all the companies are saying, but of course we need to take care of numbers and make money. It's clear. I think it has no sense to say we are a family. We are, it's clear, but we are here for a business. So
right.
We need to follow, let's say, the wind. So yeah, there is something in mind, and
but it's not there yet. We're just not there yet.
It's not here yet. No, it's not here yet. There will be stuff. There will be stuff, and we can assure you that it's gonna be extremely fun. In any case,
So,
in advertising and in testing guns, it's gonna be cool.
I never understood. I'm going to change the subject slightly here for a bit. Get you out of the hot seat. I never understood why gear was always released at World Cup, because with World Cup, initially people would show up because you'd sell a lot of gear for Christmas, things like that, and then. But I always thought, if you're starting a new season, don't you start all the new gear at the new beginning of the new season as opposed to the end of the old season? Like, I've never fully understood why World Cup was such a mecca when you've got, say, I believe Chicago's the first of the first game of the season. No, it's not Chicago.
No, Las Vegas.
Vegas is the first one, right? I'm surprised Vegas isn't bigger, just because it's the very first one of the season. Everybody needs to buy their gear for the year. All the new teams are going to be showing up with stuff, like, and it's Vegas. Like, just a thought. Like, I'm not telling you what to do, what not to do. I've just never understood that.
No. I mean, from my experience, I can tell you that usually products are released at the Cup because it's the end of the season, so you can show to the customer, to the teams, to the players, the new products that are coming in. So they're ready for the upcoming season. But to be honest and fair with you, the last years we got sales also to the events, but most of the time, let's say the most busy periods are not like Christmas, or it's something around November, yes, but most of them are like January, February, when the teams are getting ready to the event. Even like April, May are good months, because when you release a completely brand new gun, of course, there is always a bit of concerning, because most of the players are like, okay, it's a new gun, in not only for MacDev, I mean for every kind of company. They're like, okay, let's see how it works first. So it's weird because there are some periods where you're like, oh man, we need to stock more guns, and there are others like, okay, that's a chilly period. So by the way, yeah, usually products were released by World Cup and by Extravaganza. I can tell you that numbers are different now. Let's say Extravaganza still has a big value, I think, but it's not like back in the days. So right now we just took a decision where we are gonna release gun when we feel comfortable in doing it. So it's not gonna be any more World Cup or Extravaganza or Vegas. Just because we are rebranding, we want to be sure that when you get a MacDev gun in hands, you're not only purchasing a gun that shoots, but you're purchasing a customer service, a full support because of our partnership. Like we're partnering up with Immortal Air, with Push, with Anthrax. So we came up with this idea, trying to supply the paintball players in the best way as possible. Because I've been a player and I've been a lazy player. So when I needed to buy stuff, I was like, oh my God, I need to buy a gun from here, then a mask from there, then a jersey from someone else. Luckily for us, we've been able to meet great companies like Anthrax, like Push, like the Colby's family at Immortal Air. So since the first day, we understood each other. We had a common achievement. So it's been quite easy. And right now, I'm happy because I know that when teams, customers are writing our ambassador or their ambassador, I know that the player can get everything from them. So it's extremely easy. Even we've been working with some paintball manufacturer. That stuff, it's a bit different, of course, because paintball industry, like manufacturer, paintball industry, another world from gun manufacturer, parts manufacturer. So, but by the way, I'm extremely happy right now. So I see a bright future for all our companies, and having people like Foundation, like you, all around us, it's even easier because it makes our job a bit easier. Having feedback, proper feedback. Yeah, I mean, I'm quite clear. If I was thinking that was not fair enough or not valuable enough to spend my night talking with you, I was like, it's useless for me and it's useless for you, because time has a value, and if we need to spend time, it needs to be in a proper way.
Well, I'm gonna interrupt you there for a second, just
I'm
so you
extremely
know.
happy about. I can't say.
With me and my show, my key is to have passionate people that are passionate about paintball. So even if it's not my particular style, I still want to talk because I just love the sport. I like all aspects of the sport. I mean, but there's so many different styles. So please don't think that like the only reason you're on is not because you are the general manager of MacDev. You're on because you love paintball, and I want that. That's why I want you on.
I can tell you something more about. I love paintball. Yeah, of course, because it's part of my business. But really, paintball saved my life. When I was a teenager, I had a weird period of my life, let's say. And the only thing that was keeping me not happy but busy, let's say, and giving me that powerful to go on was paintball. I was really going to high school. Then as soon as I was out, I was running to the paintball field, and was the only thing that was making me happy. I remember that once I was to the doctor for some healthy stuff, and he was like, hey dude, you cannot make any kind of sport for 2 weeks. And I was like, man, that's a drama. How I'm gonna train, and I think that paintball for every one of us has a value, and that's why I really love the foundation, because it's not only about sport. If you try to convert paintball in real life, it's like stay alive, take care of your life, set a target, get an achievement. So if you translate paintball in real life, you can see that there are so many things that are similar, that it's just more than a sport. And also, look, you're in Canada, I'm in Italy, we're talking, and it's because of paintball. I know that in every country of the world, if I have a trouble, I can get someone.
And Andy's chiming in again because that's just what Andy does.
I see that. I see that.
So when did you start playing?
I was like, I think 14 or 15. I didn't knew about paintball. I was just watching on an American channel which was called GXT, Crossfire.
Right.
There was this TV show that was like orange against black in a building with some missions, and I was like, that's amazing. But I never had any chance to understand what was the name of the sport because it was not so familiar, let's say, in Italy. One day I was going out to play soccer and I met three guys from my high school. They were completely dirty. I was like, guys, what are you doing? Are you painting an house? What are you doing? And they were like, no, we played paintball. I was like, what's that? And they were like, hey, man, we shoot each other with paintball guns and stuff. I was like, oh, I want to try. The week after I went with them, since there I fell in love. I was like, and I went there every week. Then when I've started the university, I've been lucky enough to spend time in working at the field, working. I had my own brand before I was jumping on board with MacDev's, so I was selling jersey, and I've been lucky enough to travel all around the world. Thanks to my family, also they helped me to go all around, and it's been weird because I've been in a place that I was not able even to pronounce the name. Like there is a spot in Germany which doesn't exist. There is a photo somewhere online where I'm asking to a cowboy where I can get a home. It's it's a lot of weird stuff, but it's amazing. I have so many good memories that it's just cool. I won't regret any single minute of my life in a paintball field, even in the worst weather condition.
Well, see, I love playing in bad weather because that's when candy asses stay home. So like it's like the people that come out in bad weather are the people that truly love the sport, and that it just adds like a next level. It just ups the intensity. It just makes it better. Those people are like, it's drizzling out, it's cold out, there's bugs. Like just
Man, we've been playing in Germany at 6:30 in the morning, full of mud, and and I was playing front snake. So after 3 hours, I got fever. But yeah, it's just cool because you have mud everywhere. You just change your skin, but it's cool. Hello, nice to meet you. And
do you know who
here
Kathy
we
is?
have Darwin.
Yeah. Do you know who
No.
Kathy Alvarez is? Okay, so Kathy Alvarez is paintball royalty of a sort. Kathy's brother played for the Master Blasters back in the 80s. And then she moved from New York to California, and now she is one of a very well-respected referee, and she hangs out a lot with the OG Ironmen, and she does a lot on that aspect of it. So she's an old schooler. She's one of the original Popular Unknown people. So, and we had Bill Bailey chime in earlier. I don't know if you know who he is or not, but Bill has the traveling paintball museum. So he's been collecting stuff left and right, and he actually goes from tournament and big games and stuff, and he just brings history with him, which I think is super cool. So that's who Bill is from prior. So when you started playing, what was the first paintball gun that you played with?
Was a Dangerous Power.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong, was the G3. But I was...
Oh, we're cutting out a little bit, my friend. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you're better now. Yeah, so Dangerous Power G3. Oh, seems like we've locked up a little bit. That's the joys of being from...
Hard for me to let down. Let's see.
Okay, we lost you a little bit, but this is the joys of being on an internet and going from Italy to Canada. So I can hear you now, but I can't see the video. Oh, and we've lost him. Well, I've given him the invite, so he's going to try and jump back in, I am sure. So let's give this a moment while we're chatting. But yeah, I think this is a great show for them. And look, banner on my head. And oh, here we go. Let's see if we can get him back in.
Back.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, something went wrong with the line connection.
Yeah, well, we're talking from Canada to Italy, so that just happened. I expected that to a certain degree, but honestly, I think we're doing fantastic.
Oh, so far, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying was
yes.
a Dangerous Power G3, if I'm not wrong, and I'm not able to fix gun. I'm not able to talk about technical stuff because I'm not good. I'm lazy on that stuff. I'm quite lazy. I have to be honest.
Okay.
But it was fun when the gun was shooting. Was amazing because I was like, okay, I can shoot 10 paint per second. It's just amazing. From there, I moved to, if I'm not wrong, was a Geo 2.1.
Okay.
Which was a really cool gun. I still remember was a shiner. I got one second hand and was amazing. And after it, I've started to play for a team from the north of Italy, which was sponsored by Eclipse, and we were using the 3.5, which for me, it's one of the best gun ever. So I have no problem to tell you about the 3.5. It's been one of the most accurate and trustful gun that I ever owned after the XTS, of course.
Well, see, that's one of the things I love about certain people is because just because you make a product doesn't mean another product can't be fantastic. When I had Bud Orr on the podcast months ago, we had a talk, and paintball guns tend to choose the player, not the other way around. Because if, like, I love push goggles, I think they're the best ever. But if they don't fit your face, wear something else. Wear what fits so you're safe. If you're playing with a gun and it just doesn't have that right feel, shoot what does. Like, have a good time. Just because your gear is fantastic doesn't mean everybody else is. And I honestly think that we need to remember that as a paintball community. And it's just like, my gear is great, your gear is great, like, but I have taste, you have taste. You know what I mean?
I can tell you that there are some guns around that I don't like at all, and I don't suggest at all to use. But there are like, I can be stupid saying Eclipse is not a great brand. They don't make great gun. That's not true. Their gun are awesome. Like Lux, it's a bit different, of course. It takes some other stuff, but also their gun are really good. So I'm not that kind of guy that is gonna tell you, look, our guns are the best. And if I can be completely honest, when I changed the team and I got on board on a team from Rome, which was gonna get sponsored by MacDev, I was like, oh, MacDev, okay.
Yep.
And after it, I've just discovered a new world. I was like, wow, that gun is good.
Well, when MacDev came out originally, the quality was beyond excellent, right? It just was. And then there was a little bit of a dark period where, and I honestly believe that it like, but that goes with everything. Like, there's no company in the world that hits it out of the park at every single product. Like, even Planet Eclipse, which is arguably one of the best paintball gun manufacturers out there right now, they are known for having certain guns that blow solenoids left, right, and center, being expensive to fix. And that's not bashing them, because they still are fantastic, but everything has its strengths and weaknesses. So,
no, absolutely. But
I love how MacDev has taken a look at themselves, stepped up, and said, okay, we need to improve, we need to get better, we need to refocus and drive forward. And I absolutely love how the new guns are feeling. I think they're just fantastic.
our bad period, let's say, has started with the first releasing of the Clone 5, because
Right.
the gun was good, but most of people didn't understand how to treat that gun. But that was also a mistake by us, because of course, when you're gonna purchase a kind of product for 1,400, 1,500, at least my point of view is the fact that you need just to get a gun and shoot, and you don't have to get any kind of trouble. So we fixed, let's say, the issue we had with the Clone 5, rebranding with the Clone 5S, and then we came up with the Clone 5 Infinity, which again, not because I'm working for MacDev, because I already told you that I like so many other brands. The Clone Infinity, it's just like another level, because basically has the internal parts of a top level gun and the shape of the Clone 5. So we had to take time, of course, because it's not something that came in a day. So we had to turn people's mind, because the idea of the Clone 5 at the beginning was not a worth gun for 1,400. So you have to explain, you have to let people test, you need to be patient, because it takes time. It's a tough job, let's say, but right now it's working, and that's why we are happy, because we are rebranding everything. Still, there are things that we need to fix because of previous people that literally stole from MacDev, because the Australians, the owners of the company, are extremely good, and they had too much faith in people that just ruined our reputation. But luckily for all of us, right now we have a circle of people around that is trustful, and it's what we need.
Right. Well, and that goes a lot for everything. Like, I mean, I could get into a rant about the creators of the air regulator and what happened and where that went, but we won't discuss that. But I mean, I think, I don't know for a fact, but I think the Matrix was the original spool valves, weren't they? Or the Omega, and then like it's just amazing how everything just sort of spreads out. But the important thing to take away from all of it is you guys took a look at what was going on and went, no, let's make it better. Let's, like, MacDev is better than this. Let's make ourselves better. And you have succeeded, and you're slamming it out of the park. And I just love the new stuff.
And also it's fun about MacDev, because MacDev hasn't born as a paintball company. Till 98, we were doing high pressure regulator for tanks, for other stuff that was out of paintball. So that's a story which I think is quite fun. One day in 96 or 97, I cannot remember honestly, because I was not there, of course. A guy came up saying, "Hey, look, I need 40 regulators, your regulators." They were like, "Okay, here we go. That's it." After a week, that guy came back complaining about those regulators. They were like, "Oh, they're not working. What you sold me." And our techs were like, "Okay, let's see what went wrong, but it's impossible on 40 regulators that 40 are not working." When they opened the regulator, they were full of mud, paint, water, and they were like, "What you did on the stuff?" I was like, "No, I've been using for paintball." From there, they started to develop regulators for paintball, and in 2001, 2002, they were like, "Okay, let other guns performing well. Let's start to do by our own." And then came out the Droid, which probably it's been one of the most sold gun ever, because it was having a rate of fire really high. You were able to go in ramping, all stuff that you were not able to do right before. I've seen a question, but I didn't mean able to read it.
That was Kathy. We were talking about her earlier, and she said, "What are the fields like in Italy? Do you have woods ball?" I always see pictures of buildings. That's why I'm asking. Sorry about the dumb question.
No, that's a cool question. Well, right now in Italy, it's a bit of weird situation with paintball, because we had a really big period where everything was increasing. We're having our Italian series, which had 30 teams, and for a kind of country like Italy, it was a lot. But after 2016, yes, no, 2017, everything started to fall down a bit. So right now, most of the fields are all woods, ball, and scenario. And they work quite good with the recreational players. So most of the rental, or people that want to do team building, they go there and play. But there is nothing really in a competition way like football. There is just one series which is owned by what's the name? Paintball Arezzo, which is doing a really cool job. It's a really nice football area, but in terms of tournament, it's not so big. Most of the team, yeah, are football or scenario, and yeah, let's say that we hope, every one of us hope that paintball will increase again as we were doing. But of course, because of COVID, that's not gonna be the year for sure.
Yeah, no, this year sucks. We'll just see what spring holds. But yeah, I think things will definitely things are going to get worse and then they're going to get better. And that's just how that's how life is. Like even forests, they have to burn down in order to grow again, you know?
Look, it's you can go back to all the ages and see that after a big pandemic, after a big war, after a big drama period, there is always an increasing. It will take time, of course, and all of us for the paintball industries, but also outside of paintball, we will have to be good enough for rebuild. At least what we had before COVID. For example, right now I was talking, like yesterday, I was talking with a friend, and if you start to think how has changed already our culture, like right now when I'm watching a movie and I see so many people all together, I'm like, oh man, what are they doing? So it will take time, but for sure it will be better. So in Italy, we usually say cannot came darker than midnight. So
Well, I know it blows my mind when I watch football, and I don't mean soccer because, no offense, I'm not a soccer guy. But when I watch football, they've got all the sounds of the crowds. So they're actually piping in sounds just so that it feels more normal. And then when they actually see the stands are empty. So
it's weird.
They've got fake sounds being played on sporting events just so that it feels normal while you're watching it. These are crazy times.
Yeah, it is, but we will come back. I'm pretty sure. Also, I can tell you that I'm really missing the events because it's when you're to an event and you're running booth or you're dealing with people, sometimes gets hard and you get tired, of course, because spend 14, 15 hours per day plus the weeks earlier for plan everything, make everything proper. It takes a lot of time and work to do, but it's cool. You can meet people. I personally understood so many different cultures, which is probably one of the coolest thing of this job. You can really get in touch with the people as a mindset completely different from yours, which is cool because I think that it's fun to understand how you see your perception of life. Like, for example, for myself, there is no chance that I meet a friend and I don't hug him. And
Right.
I've understood during the years that even if there is someone that you're really closest friend, but his culture is different, like now between men you cannot hug. And I was like, oh, that's weird. But it's
Yeah.
cool. But it's cool because now I know that in certain place of the world it's different. And it's something that can open a bit your mind. And I think it's really important, not only for business, but for everything. So I'm really happy of the job that we are doing and that I have, because it's an experience. Maybe in 10 years we'll be done. I won't be here anymore. I will do something else or whatever is it. But still, I'll be able to learn so many things that probably doing a normal office work was impossible to have. So
Right. Oh, I understand and I agree with you so much. Like I worked in a factory and my mind was melting. And so I started this little podcast with a 10-year-old laptop and a microphone on my chest, and it's grown to this, and I'm loving it. Factory closed, I'm having a blast, and there's so much opportunity available, and I'd be doing so much more if it wasn't for COVID. So I honestly believe next year is going to be amazing. Hopefully I'll get over to your neck of the woods. Maybe I'll bring some cameras and stuff and film a little factory and film some of the people, and bring some Australia and bring some Italy, and try to expand that out
Yeah,
a little bit. I think that'd be wild.
We can do a cool melting pot for sure. That's
once the borders open, though, when we can start traveling for fun.
When they will open again, and I hope soon, because now I'm really missing travel. Even jump on a plane, I'm missing even that.
Me too. Like so much. So
it's a lot.
We have been talking for an hour, and I know it's getting late where you are. So is there anything that we didn't cover about MacDev that you'd like to talk about? Like, is there any special projects, anything, and like, is there anything we've missed?
No, I think that we've been quite clear on everything, and I'm happy about this kind of conversation we had. I want to just say thanks again to you, to
you're welcome.
The foundation. And just I wanna that people will understand that we are open, which means that if you wanna jump on board, we are happy to get people. So every kind, because I've seen that since we are doing interviews for get people on board, like a new ambassador and stuff, I understood that there is so many people that want to get involved in the paintball industries, but they don't know how to do, or they think that it's too hard. It is an hard job, yes, it's clear, but it's not so difficult to get in. So if anyone that is watching wanna to get involved, at least from MacDev, the doors are always open. So there is a form that you can fill online, or you can write me at federico@macdevpaintball.com. There is no problem at all. We are open, and we are extremely happy to get people on board for refresh the company, because that's what we are doing now. We need new faces, we need new bloods, because the product is really good. So now we need to work as best as possible on customer service, on the people that can let you feel part of something. Doesn't mean family, because family, at least for me, because I'm Italian, family, it's a really important word. And if I tell that someone is part of my family, it means that you have my same blood. It means a lot. So if you want to be part of the movement, we are extremely open on, and for family, there is time, let's say.
Right. Awesome. Now, how do I get a MacDev shirt?
Just don't write me on Facebook, because I know that I'm a bit slow on Facebook. Let's text by just a little bit. It took 3 months for it took almost 3 months for this interview. But or just send me over a message by WhatsApp, or an email, and I'll take care to ask to our guys in warehouse to ship some stuff over easily. There is no problem.
I'm not sure who said Fred Schultz is the only ambassador MacDev needs, but that'd be hilarious. I don't know if you know who Fred Schultz is, right?
Look, I have to be honest and say that that name is familiar. But if
he is in the Paintball Hall of Fame, and he's probably the greatest paintball promoter that paintball has ever seen. He had his own signature Immortal Air tanks, and he traveled all over the world. He's the guy that was responsible for getting the paintball videos in the MGM studios and bring movies, and he's one of the ones that got Shatner involved. And so that's who Fred Schultz is. I'll make sure I introduce you sometime.
Sounds perfect to me. I'll be really happy to talk with him again. Our doors are always open, and really is gonna be a cool road to drive all together, to ride together. So anyone wants to jump on board, I'm open to make interviews, spend time, and from there we will see for sure.
Okay, so I just got a message, and the person that wrote this is actually Dan Colby of Immortal Air. And Dan Colby and Fred Schultz are the best friends ever. So there we go. Yeah, and there's Kathy chiming in.
Steve, Dan Colby said that. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I want to take the chance also for say hi to Dan. I'm extremely happy to deal with John, and we have a lot of cool news also that are going on with Immortal Air. We came up with an idea, so it's gonna be cool, and I'm extremely happy to have also Immortal Air as
Right.
our partner.
Oh, I love their gear. There it is, right there.
I can see that. Yeah, look, in until 6 months ago, I didn't even ever try their tanks. Since I've tried, I was like, and I've been one of the most, let's say, biggest supporter for the fuel, which was a kind of Armotech stuff in Europe. And it's been the only tank that I've used for like 7 or 8 years. Since I've tried the Immortal Air 1, I was like, wow.
Well, they're the ones that invented it. Like they're between them and Tom K working a little bit together and stuff. Like they're the original. They are OG. So they're the best for a reason.
They're a family business, which it's even better. When you deal with those kind of company, you can really see that a word value more than a contract. And that's why with John, it's super cool deal, share ideas, marketing plans. So it's easy. I can assure you that there are some companies which are amazing. Their products are really good, but it's hard to deal with because you have to talk with like 10 different people for get a decision stuff. When it comes to like Immortal Air, Anthrax, even Push, a kind of family business, it's easy. It's easy and it's workful.
Brian is great. Push is just one of the greatest guys. Like I met him for the first time last year, like face to face, and he invited me to the back of the tent, and we were having Chick-fil-A. We can't get Chick-fil-A in Canada, so he was like, "Try some." Anyway, that's another story for another time. But that was so much fun, just getting finally able to meet Brian, and he's just the greatest.
I think I met him 2 years ago because the first time I've been in touch with it's been Mark, his European partner,
right?
And that guy is amazing.
Isn't he funny?
He's the best, one of the best guy that I ever met. We had
Mark Knopp's a riot.
Yeah, we had so much confidence that during the events right now we even share the house, and be with Mark. It's one of the most funnest thing that you can ever get. It's insane.
I think he was playing with Constant Pursuit, which was Fred Schultz's team, by the way, and he was helping out with Constant Pursuit, and a local team here, the Booney Boys from Canada, was playing with Constant Pursuit as well. So they made the 10-man team, and this is back in the 90s. And the stories that can't be told on air. Mark Knopp is a riot.
I have some stories that I won't be able to share, but I can only tell you that we were in Amsterdam. And,
right, that's enough.
It's been insane. Trust Mark and Tony also, the guy that works with him. They are so fun. Look, it's amazing. That's why I was saying I miss go to the events because you can meet Anthrax, Constantino, Sember, Rakis, Denmark with Tony. It's just amazing. It's amazing, and I really hope we will be able to do it again soon. And if everything works, we will bring some European flavor to Las Vegas in 2021.
Absolutely. So I have one last question before we call it a day, because who is your greatest paintball hero? Because I mean, if you started with the Dangerous Powers and stuff, mine go back a little bit pre that. But who is your paintball hero that you look up to, like saying, that's the player I want to be like when you started playing?
There is only one, and the answer will always be the same. Only Lang.
Fair enough. And that guy's a riot.
There is no chance to deal about. He's such a kind of inspiration right now for what he's doing. Like in a place that I'm not even able to tell where he is. I know that it's somewhere in the wood. But
Yes.
he was amazing. He's been the guy that, first of all, it's been the first paintball video that I've seen when I went to play paintball first time. He was there, I think it was PSP. There was a video from PSP 2005, 2006, I don't know, where he was running from the back of his bunker, shoot 5 guys and touch the base. I was like, dude. And I've been lucky enough to meet him once in Italy, because he was coming over for a pro school. And it's just that kind of person that, he's an hero, he's a legend, he's a pro player, but still he stop close to you, talking, sharing stuff. And I can tell you that it's not common anymore. Most of the pro players
Stay to themselves.
Yeah. I can tell you that it's not so easy, but there are some kind of player which it's amazing to talk with, like Kirill from Russian is the kind of, even if we are not sponsoring them anymore, we still talk about life, when we meet at the events, they are cool. There are others, you are a pro, we agree, you have a value, but at the end of the day, you are a man.
Yes.
So that's why I think not only sportive side of paintball, like Ollie Lang for me was the greatest one ever, but also as person was cool to be, because he was on top and he was in the position to tell you I have no time.
Right.
And he was not.
But he always made time.
Yeah, it's amazing. And that's why from my point of view, there is no chance to argue about who's the best player ever.
Well, he was the first player to make $1 million a year. That's paintball history. Like, he was the first paid player to make over $1 million in a year by die.
I mean, if someone at die is watching, everyone is happy to get $1 million. I mean, we will never be good enough as Ollie, but
paintball took a huge step back after, since then, paintball then and paintball now, two entirely different animals. But Ollie Lang was definitely something.
It's all about number that comes to company ways. Let's say you can even get $1 million, but it means that your image, your person bring like 10 millions back, because it's not only about the million that people invest in you, company invest in you. It's about numbers.
Right.
So but it's cool. It's cool. Definitely. Last thing that I wanted to clear, because I think it's cool. It's not, I understood there is a perspective from the outside of the industry where the industry fight each other and stuff like that. I can honestly assure you that at least here in Europe, I have amazing relationship with the guys at Lux, Neil, Marcel, Gerard, that is one of their main tech. It's not like people is thinking. So at least with some companies, even if we are competitors, there is a good mood. I still play Call of Duty on PlayStation with Neil, Amber, and others. So it's just keep in mind that is not everything what you see. It's
awesome.
There is more behind the scenes.
Well, if you were an Xbox player, I would have given you mine. We could do a little Call of Duty, a little Fortnite.
Look, I think we can still do because of Activision. We can add each other by the Activision number, so we can play sometime.
Maybe
when I'll be free to spend some time in games. Yes, for sure.
That is assuming you actually answer your Facebook messages.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, dude, it's all good. Believe me. If I had to rank people that I tried to talk to, the difficult people to reach and the not so difficult to reach, you're up here and there's people that are way down below where you can't even see the camera. You don't need to apologize for anything, because you at least check every now and then and go, oh, I missed it, and you'll get back to me. I'll send messages to other people. It'll be like 2 weeks later. It's just like,
I was I was talking with Steve, and then, that's 6 hours ago, 10 hours ago, then there's been COVID, everything. So, it's weird. Hey, thank you again.
Well, you are welcome on the show anytime. When you're finally willing to talk about some of these big secrets, don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll chat again, and we'll put it on blast.
You have my word. You'll be the first to have my interview the new stuff.
And I also write for Paintball Media Magazine. So if you want to release anything, don't hesitate to reach out, and I can maybe write an article and stuff. This actually, by the way, I don't know if you know or not only is it just going live on my Facebook, but this is actually live on Paintball Media Magazine's Facebook as well.
I didn't know. No, I didn't
know. 40,000 followers.
Do I look cool? Do I look cool enough? Okay.
No. Not even a little bit.
Mom, you told me I was cool.
She lied. Anyway, Feddy, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon. And I'm sure we'll do great things. Talk to you later, my friend.
Ciao.
Ciao. All right, everybody. So that's my show for the night. Oh, let me just change this here because it's looks kind of weird. There you can see me now. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did. This has been a few months in the making, and yeah, we'll have them on again soon. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Play with passion, and keep your paint dry.